Welcome back to the Coleman Farm YouTube channel. We are sitting here with our 656 puking hydraulic oil all over the ground. I'm gonna start tearing into this and see what just happened. I was just trying to make a little turn and move some stuff out of the way so I can get to the trucks and or get to the cab over. And now I gotta figure out something else. So I'm gonna tear into this and see what happened. So got the cover off, and this is what we found. Better angle here. So I need a new hose, because that is not normal. Try to make a turn and all it does is puke fluid everywhere. So yay me, new hydraulic hose. Well, this is turning into a bigger project on a Sunday than I wanted it to be, but I got the hose loosened and the other side disconnected, but it's so rock hard in there. I think I just need to cut the hose so I can twist it off and then go get a new one made. We'll see. Okay, so my idea to cut the line and be able to untwist or back it back off is not working. So what I'm doing is pretty much I loosened it, and now I'm pretty much holding it. I'm moving the hose a little bit to the left and then rotating it, and it's slowly backing itself off. So this is fun. Not really most ideal, but as you can see, I got it out. So, or I got it off, not out yet. Let's see here. Jump back up here. Wiggle this thing back out. All right, so these are some interesting O-ring fittings with a braided line, so that's why I couldn't cut it. But high pressure, I'm assuming for the steering. And this is our hole. It was sitting near the steering pump, or the top of it, I believe, and it was just rubbing on there. So it's rubbed enough until it poked itself through. But we were gonna have to wait till tomorrow because it's Sunday. So the hydraulic shop or Napa or anybody else that makes hoses around here is closed. So yeah, gotta wait till we get a new one for this tomorrow. All right, so I might as well talk about this tractor a little bit. And this is our new to us International Farmall 656 diesel tractor. It's gonna be pretty much our main, haying tractor once I get this thing fixed and running again. We just put a new head in it and got that back from the shop. Got all brand new tires, and we're just slowly changing out parts. Put a new chromed 3-inch stack on here, straight piped. We got a few other things to change out on it. Got the rubber knobs, handles for the steering, and a new steering wheel with the pretty much forward, reverse, and high-low gear knobs on top with the emblems. That was all dry rot and cracked out, so we got that all done. Alternator's been rebuilt, and our injection pump's gone through and been rebuilt. We're going to be putting the batteries back up under the dash where it originally goes, and we got the plate from Steiner's to put that on there. The other day I took off the old hydraulic remote, hydraulic hoses that were for the remotes that went over across into these little brackets here. Didn't like that. We're just gonna went straight on with those because we're gonna actually bring in another set of remotes from the front, which I believe was for a set of, or for a loader setup, and then we'll just bring them back here so we have 2 remotes in the back, because one of our hay rakes runs off of dual remotes for up, down, and then powering the rake. So PTO has been gone through, all new seals, and that's been redone. We got a new seat for it. Let's see. Filters, internal filters, all been changed out. The injection pump, like I said, has been rebuilt. We do have a new water pump for it. Just haven't gotten around to putting that on yet. And I washed and waxed it the other day. It does look a little more red, especially up here on the fenders. So, but now, the joy of changing out old hoses. I mean, this would probably be the next one to go. It's another braided line, but it's pretty old. I had this hose changed out. I believe it's a return line back into the steering. This is hydrostatic 656, so pretty much you blow a hydraulic line. Now I can't run the tractor or anything because there's no pressure, and pumps aren't seeming to run. Plus, dumped a whole bunch of it out on the ground, so that doesn't help. But I got more rubber knobs to change out on that, and yeah, I mean, other than a few hoses, you know, maybe put some new badges on here and see what happens. Maybe eventually strip this thing down and repaint it all original. The tractor so far is pretty solid and sounds really cool with that pretty mean with the 3-inch stack on there, straight piped. But got new hood ornaments, all those things make it look shiny and fancy again. So, but you know, the joys of old tractors. Gonna tear into them, find one problem, fix that, move on to the next problem, and then something else is gonna break on you. But yeah, 656 International Farmall, which is pretty sweet, and be hopefully getting that steering line fixed in the next day here, and then later on this week I'll be making some hay with it. But the joys of working on old equipment. So this was the start of my day here, and now planning on to go back and start working on the other cab over and getting into that before something else breaks. So I clean this stuff up and start on the trucks. We're going to be working on our Peterbilt 362 cab over. We need to take down this primer a little bit more, and going to use our electric Makita sander. I know that's probably not the right tool to use. I don't have a DA sander, so I'm just going to use an electric one. But knocking down what's already been done on this to get it primed, and we're going to shoot it one solid primer all the way around with a high build, and then again go ahead and block sand all that stuff, and then come back with our single stage. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and get after it. Now, I wasn't really sure how this is going to turn out with an electric sander, but if you can see, it feels pretty dang smooth, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. So as long as I get that smooth surface to lay down my next layer of high build primer, I'm going to be happy with that. Now, there was a few spots that we hit on the backside here, on the corner and stuff, with some bare metal. and on the back. But what I'm planning to do is I have a little bit of that epoxy primer and in the can that you'll mix up, touch up those spots with the bare metal that it'll etch into there, and then I'll hit it with the urethane single stage primer. So, not single stage, the urethane primer. So, getting closer, little by little, and hoping that we'll be able to get this in the paint booth here shortly. So far, it's working pretty good. No complaints. Most of it's flat surface, so it seems to be working pretty well. I'm just trying to knock it down and scuff up the surface to where we can spray our high bale primer on top of it, and then get after making sure everything's smooth and knocking down any high spots. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with how it's looking so far. And now I just gotta take care of the roof real quick. I think we are ready to almost shoot this thing. If it's got a few spots to touch up, do some hand sanding, but I think we're ready for the paint booth. What do you guys think? So as you can see, getting the top here cleaned up pretty good, and it's pretty cruddy over there, but then sander's taking this side down pretty good so far. Still got a lot more to do, but it's getting there, one step at a time. All right, this is where I gotta stop for today because gotta get out and cut some hay this afternoon. So if anybody knows some information on the rubber for a Peterbilt 362 with the double windshield front, not a single windshield front. The rubber piece, or if you can get your hands on some of that front glass, let me know, because I'm still trying to figure that one out. Or if you know the part number or something, you know, someone's got it somewhere. Gotta be. There's still plenty of those around. But still looking for that. The truck, for the most part, it's the big panels, or flat pieces and stuff, they're all cut, sanded, and just got to go back, hand sand in between, around the windshield pieces and door frames and the lights, and so just got to get in there and clean up those spots before we'll get this thing in the paint booth. But so the K100 and the GMC cab overs, we picked those up for $3,100. So the GMC, we got that one for $600, and the K100, we got it for $2,500. They're good deals, but like I said in my last video, it takes a lot of money, a lot of time for all those parts and things to get it back to pretty much being, I don't know, in my opinion, what market value would be. I know it's crazy across the country, different prices, different areas. We had to go get those out in the middle of nowhere, pulling out of the desert dust. So it was a lot of work, but we got them back, and our plan is to get them back on the road. Like I said before, the GMC is going to be, as my dad likes to call it, his donut getter, and the K100, we'd like to get that back to being roadworthy and using it, not daily, but at least have it around and ready for a backup truck in case any of these other ones that we are running break down. So yeah, $3,100 for 2 cab overs. That's pretty crazy in today's world of everything, but being patient and, you know, knowing what you're looking at, making sure that you're not spending a fortune on something that's gonna, again, spend a fortune on to get these things back up and running. So they're out there, you just gotta find them. But again, thank you for all the comments and everyone that's subscribing so far. Please, if you haven't done so, like and subscribe to the video and my channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.